Good morning and welcome to Crawford Street Junction, model railway channel. As you know, I was getting on with the mill and I was doing alright with it apart from the bad back. But as you can see now, it's in the proceeds of being stripped down. This area here, with it being on the thinner side, started to arch out, so it wasn't in line with these anymore. So I pondered as I started to do it. I put a bit more stonework in here and I didn't have far to go with it. Then I thought, well, I'll put it on the layout, then I won't be happy with it, and then it'll just bug me. So I've now decided, because that was in cardboard, and what I'd done is run some wooden strips down the back, which kept this nice and rigid. As you can see, there's a bit of wood at the back. Kept it nice and rigid, but down at the bottom, because I want to put the arches in, and obviously at the back of here then would have been ply to form the arch underneath to go over the canal. This is where the problem was. So I decided now to do it in ply, and I've done a slightly bigger scale. Thought these were a little bit too close as well for the floors. And what I want to do is put the name of the building on it and the old paintwork. So what I've done now, I've now mopped it up into ply, and the big top section at here, that's going to have like a frieze around it, and then it'll have the name of the company on, which is obviously Courtauls. And I like the way it stands underneath now, my viaduct. So that's where I'm up to with that. So it's not that I've not bothered with it, or I've moved on to other things. Now I can lift that out, do all my stonework, and so in the next few weeks I can put that back into position. That should be finished. So that's all I've done on this area here, which doesn't sound a lot, but it is. So moving on, if you just give me a sec where I reposition the camera. Right, here's the new extension. We've got the 3 lanes here. Excuse the mess over here, I'm running out of spaces to put stuff. Now runs across, the bridge I've started to do there. Over onto the main line at the back, as you can see, going that way. That section above it is where the viaduct will terminate. That'll be the heritage line where they're getting more money together, hopefully to extend it at a different date. The main line now goes underneath the new fascia, back scene, and then goes behind it. That's where the original track comes up in between, which is in this area here. That joins it back up this way. But then the main track down goes into 4 lanes here and 3 on this side, so it means now I can store some locals behind there, like a mini fiddle yard if you like, and then I can bring them back out via this track up here. I'm going to just put the lights on here, and then they join in just in this section here. What it means now is I can get trains from this line over to this line and down onto the lower section. Also now I've extended the fascia there, the back scene will be going on there. That mill will be moving. I've not measured it yet, but I'm hoping that it will go down that side, because I can't see much point in putting a printed back scene down the back of that, down the side of there, that you're not really ever going to see. So what I want to do is move the mill to the side, and this will be a section that has to either fold out or lift out so I can get up and work on the areas. Behind that section there is the same gap on behind here where I can come up behind, and that is where my tanks are for the heating and whatever, so it means I can get up that section and work on it if I needed to. So this is the room I've got left. Like I said, the mill will go down the side, so what I'm hoping to do then is put new back scene in, and then as you can see, this ply was just old crates that I've stripped down, cut down, and I'm going to paint them up to seal them, fill all the gaps, make sure it looks okay, and then I've got a back scene to put across there. So in all, it never looks much when you put it on a camera, but it's took forever. But now I've got all full circuits. So next video, promise, there'll be trains running on Crawford Street Junction once and for all. So that virtually completes then top section and the middle section has got track now, virtually all wired up, all the droppers are in, just the bottom corner over there, they're all down, just got to connect to the buzz, and I've got a couple over at this side. But apart from that then, it will be all wired, then I have to test it, and then I can get on with some scenery work and get back on with my mill. This section here, just a bloody posting way here, but just beyond there, there's a gap at the minute. As you see a piece of track there. I don't know if I can just crossed it a bit there, you see, but that goes back in, and that is my isolation spot. And then I've also got one down this area, and that's where I'll be able to put my relays in for the reverse loop and the polarity. So I'm waiting on them coming. So it should do some enjoyable running now, and different trains appearing where I can stop one behind the board, bring another one out, and it'll look like there's a lot more going on than there is. So that's it from this update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please subscribe. Any comments, welcome, good or bad, because it all goes to construct a better layout. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.